What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. When you live in a small community, and I do here in Uganda, I live in a small sort of expat style community. And when you live in a small place, you really don't want a lot of the issues that you have with people coming out. One of the reasons is it's embarrassing, okay? So you want to do everything in your power to keep things under wraps. It's the most reasonable thing to do, and it keeps a lot of energy, negative energy, off of you. So sometimes you put up with somebody who is vindictive, weird, problematic, just because you want to keep the peace. You want to keep the peace for everybody else because everybody else would like to keep the peace because life is hard enough as it is. But you have some people, man, that they don't really want peace. Unfortunately, they want war. They want problems. And unless you are going to not give them problems, that's all they want. So at a certain point, you're like, it's out here. This person's not going to change. Let's go ahead on and give them the business. This is what happened in the city of Dolton. These trustees in this small city right outside of Chicago had enough problems as it was. I believe they thought that Tiffany Henyard, who used to be a trustee along with them, would be the perfect pick to get the city back on the right track. Come to find out, Tiffany Henyard is the worst pick of all time. So she was doing silly things. She was spending money in the budget. She was doing whatever she wanted to do. And they were trying to talk to her, trying to get a resolution. But idiots don't want problems to be solved. Idiots want to make things more difficult. I know it because I know one. I don't want to call the person's name. But all they want is war and destruction. And if it means that they have to get what they want and you can't get it, everything and everybody will be destroyed, including themselves. Right? So this is the path that Tiffany took. F y'all, I gotta have mines. If I can't get it, everybody gonna suffer. So they said fine. Okay. They found out that the woman was out here, shutting down bars and not renewing business licenses and things like that. And that's where you get a guy like this complaining about it.
Fox 32 has information indicating the FBI has launched an investigation into controversial Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard.
Dane Placco has been following allegations of her misspending and joins us now with an update. Dane.
Yeah, we've been reporting for nearly 2 years on allegations of corruption surrounding Henyard in her capacity as Dolton Mayor and Thornton Township Supervisor. And now we've learned from multiple sources that federal agents are in fact interviewing witnesses as part of a possible investigation that may or may not result in charges.
Did the FBI agents you talked to seem serious about
very serious
concerns?
Very serious. Very.
Lawrence Gardner owns a U-Haul rental and trucking business in South Suburban Dolton and says he went to the FBI several months ago, frustrated that the village of Dolton would not renew his business license. Gardner says he's been harassed and his business raided and shut down by Dolton police. He believes because he refused to make a donation to a civic event sponsored by Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard.
And I talked to a couple of agents and I explained them what was going on. I gave them all my paperwork to show them what was happening in court and what was happening in Dolton. And they told me they was investigating and they would be in touch with me.
Gardner is one of 6 people who confirmed to Fox 32 that they've been interviewed by the FBI, ranging from Dolton business owners to a former village employee and at least one public official. And we've learned the FBI has been using electronic surveillance as part of its investigation. Agents are asking questions about Henyard's alleged use of taxpayer dollars and resources, including massive spending on out-of-town trips, hundreds of thousands of dollars in police overtime for her personal security detail, using public employees and tax dollars for personal benefit, and holding up licenses to certain businesses like this Dolton restaurant.
I've heard rumors that say, hey, I'm on the wrong team.
Dwayne Wood has been trying to renew the business license for his restaurant for nearly a year. While he has not talked to the FBI, he believes he can't get approved because he's provided catering to several Dolton trustees who are engaged in a political fight with Henyard.
I think I've been just targeted because of my affiliation with a certain group of people. You know, I had the trustees. I've cooked for the trustees.
And in a lawsuit filed by a Dolton towing company, the owner alleges their business license has been held up because, quote, George's Towing's refusal to support or contribute to Henyard's political campaign. In a statement, Dolton trustee Jason House reacted to the news of the FBI's involvement. We welcome any investigation that will bring transparency on how taxpayer dollars are being spent. Our residents deserve this level of financial transparency. We reached out to the FBI, which said it is policy for the agency not to comment on the nature, existence, or non-existence of any investigation that may be occurring. A public relations firm responded on behalf of the mayor, saying neither Henyard or the village of Dolton have received any subpoenas or been contacted by the FBI or any other law enforcement agency. Dawn, back to you.
And then it gets to the point where they have migrants coming into the city now. All of these issues, so the police force is understaffed, the resources are gone, now the migrant crisis is hitting them, and they still can't get any receipts for how she's spending the money. That's how we get to this clip.
One comment on the financials, and I don't know how I neglected to do this. All the way until last month, we were receiving monthly financial reports. This month, we did not receive a monthly financial report the way that we traditionally would. When we talk about the deficit, last fiscal year through May, the deficit was $2.5 million in our operating account. This year through the report we got, which was September 30th, I pulled that up as you were speaking. So from May through September, there was an additional $4.2 million of deficit. So you couple those two together, the deficit is growing and it's approaching $7 million. And I will share that financial report. We have not received anything this month. And my concern, and sometimes you kind of joke your way through some of the pain because it really is painful. But we speak how in different meetings, Trustee Belcher will bring a lease or an invoice, and then the retaliation on the next month is we don't get access to the accounting system. Here, we talk month after month about our deficit and what it is, and now we're not receiving the financial information, and as if it's a punishment to the Board of Trustees. And I again keep encouraging, put it on the website where it belongs. It's not it is a detriment in terms of our ability to do our job, and sometimes calling this information out, that's what we're left with if we try to work with the administration and they refuse to give regular information. Like, this is not even hard. It's almost like asking your name. Why you need to know my name? It's just way too hard, and that's what we're faced with sometimes.
So these guys have said, you know what? Let's go tell White's daddy on her. We're gonna open up an investigation, and here you go.
The grown-up thing would be for her to resign. Just get out of here, leave town. But she's not gonna do that. You have disgraced this entire village and also disrespected each and every one of us.
In a special board meeting tonight, Dolton trustees voting to investigate controversial Mayor Tiffany Henyard. This comes as we have learned federal agents are investigating her and allegations of corruption.
Our Elizabeth Matthews was inside that heated board meeting. She's live in Dolton. Elizabeth.
Scott and Don, one trustee saying tonight that this is their last resort, their last stance. They cannot continue to stand by and see millions of dollars wasted.
Tiffany Henyard didn't show up in person, but she was brought up in conversation and a vote.
Motion passed for resolution number 24-002, calling for investigation of Mayor Tiffany Henyard.
The 4-trustee majority voting unanimously to call for an investigation into Henyard and what they say is the misuse of funds.
The Board of Trustees has repeatedly asked for financial information that we feel is entitled and has been denied that information. So we feel that we need to get intervention from somebody that can force this kind of action.
Who are you asking for that intervention? What bodies?
We're asking the FBI, State's Attorney, Attorney General,
and Cook County Sheriff's Office.
Henyard became mayor in 2021, and for at least 2 of the 3 years, Fox 32 has been reporting on allegations of corruption in her capacity as mayor and Thornton Township supervisor. Concerns have led to trustees calling special meetings to get things done.
This meeting is an attempt for this legislative board to save Dolton.
They voted on items including asking for receipts for the mayor's trips and getting keys to Village Hall.
This has been a stain on our community. It's no way that we should be locked out of a place where we pay taxes.
Residents in attendance approving of the board's stance.
This has to stop. She cannot continue to intimidate and gangster her way through this.
We're not giving up because we refuse to let Tahoe Tiffany take our community.
I did reach out to the mayor for comment tonight. I didn't hear back from her, but through a PR company, I did hear back from the village administrator, Keith Freeman. He says in a statement, quote, "This is just another example of a few trustees in the village of Dolton spreading lies and false allegations. These are the same trustees that cut the public safety budget by $3.8 million, eliminated the bond for garbage removal, and have charged over $5 million in frivolous lawsuits that the Dolton taxpayers are stuck with the tab. The residents deserve better than this circus."
So now that they've opened up an investigation, this is what I want to talk about. First of all, this lady has been unwilling to work with them, doing whatever they want to do. And you saw that statement, I believe, at the end of that, where the person that says all of these are lies, this is not the truth, this is false allegations and everything like that. Well, why is the FBI out there? Why is she having the same problems in Thornton Township? Everywhere she goes, she has problems. And do you know what? This reminds me of certain people in just everyday life. No matter wherever you go, unfortunately, there you are. And sometimes it's not other people's issues. It's you or it's me. You see, we want to hold everybody accountable, and sometimes that's us. So we act like ain't nothing is wrong, and wherever we go, there we are creating problems. That's Tiffany Henyard. Now, you want to know something? Want to talk to you about something? Here it goes. Black men, you ever been in a relationship with somebody like this before? Can you guess it? Have you ever thought about it? Have you ever talked about it? Have you ever been with a woman who acts like this? How do you even deal with it? No matter what you do, the person's unaccountable. No matter what you do, you do something. Have you been here? Have you been there? You have, huh? I have. We all have. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, Trustee Jason, back at it again. For another episode of Celebrity Junk. Appreciate you for all you do, serve the bill. We're out.